The Treehouse Adventures presents Beholding Christmas. Written by John Carcello and Mallory Page.
Hey guys, I'm Annalisa, but you probably already know that. I live at the foster home with my friends. Oh, and Richard. Even though he's a pain, Jesus told me not to hurt people with my words, so I do my best to love them. Anyway, every year we go on an adventure and see Jesus, and after our crazy adventure last time, which was wow, because there was a magic and cool wise men and angels and oh my gosh, it was, my goodness. I just need to take a breather. I've been hyperventilating and wow, I'm just so ready for Christmas. Anyways, Jayla got her adopted, but still punch around with a new edition. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself already. Okay. Breathe, Annalisa. Why don't I just tell you everything? But buckle up because this story is going to deck your halls.
Christmas was a special celebration for City Sanctuary Church, and Big Jim used every ounce of patience he had as he and the kids scrambled to prepare for their Christmas reenactment. Big Jim and Harry were responsible for ensuring everything was ready for the kids when they performed. Well, Big Jim was preparing, and Harry was doing who knows what. Big Jim stood beside Harry, his hands on his hips. Harry was on his hands and knees, with his ear pressed to the ground in the middle of the stage.
Harry, what in the world are you doing? I tasked you with cleaning up over 15 minutes ago, and this place looks worse than before. And why are you...
Shh! Can't you see I'm busy? I can't hear over your squawking.
As Big Jim and Harry continued to bicker, Jasmine was instructing the media team to turn on the spotlight so that she could stand in it. Making her way to center stage, she basked in the glow of the spotlight, hoping to garner the attention of Big Jim, who was in charge of casting for the Christmas play, but to no avail. Big Jim wasn't through with Harry. He said,
What are you talking about? What could you possibly be trying to hear? I only hear your last two brain cells crying out for help.
Hey, Big Jim, look at me. Don't I look great under the spotlight? Like I was meant to be the star of a play? A Christmas play, perhaps?
Jasmine, we went over this. Rylan is going to play Mary. You've already played Mary many times in past events. It's Rylan's turn.
Fine. I didn't want the part anyway. I wouldn't want to be stuck on stage next to Richard as Joseph. No offense.
Hey, offense taken.
Yeah. I suppose I'd be offended too if I was stuck with a face like yours.
Hey, Jasmine, you be nice. I'm starting to think you've been hanging around Annalisa a little too much. Now, Richard, you'll make a great Joseph.
Speaking of Joseph, I have some ideas.
No, boy. I can't wait to hear this.
We mean to make Joseph the main hero of this story. And the best way to do that is to make him a dragon slayer. Joseph, the father of Jesus, slays the dragons that block their path as they travel on a white horse to freedom.
I don't know about you, Big Jim, but that sounds like a great story to me.
Yeah, that's not happening, and for so many reasons. But how about we start with the fact that it never happened that way in the Bible? The story of Jesus' birth is already glorious. Why would you want to change it?
Because Joseph is so boring. He hardly does anything in the story.
Now, Richard, That just isn't true at all. Joseph showed tremendous courage and strength in the situation he was in. He showed us what a true man is when it comes to following the good Lord, even when we don't understand everything that's going on. I think you need to go back and reread his story.
Big Jim's mouth was hanging open in shock for a moment before he finally could speak again.
Thank you, Harry. That was insightful and wise.
Yeah, it was. Harry, is that really you?
This isn't important right now. We need to hurry up and clean up so we can head out before sundown. Richard, round up the others and let's get to cleaning.
Yes, sir.
After Richard found everyone else, they all worked together to clean up the church before rounding up and hopping on the bus to head back to the foster home. All the kids were working on getting ready for bed. Jasmine, Annalisa, and Rylan were in the bathroom brushing their teeth.
I'm not sure I should be playing Mary in the play. What if I mess up? Mary is such an important character. And if I mess this up, I ruin it for everyone.
Well, I would love to be Mary.
But we would much rather see you portray her. You're going to mess this up. You'll do great, right, Jasmine?
I don't know. Do you really think I can do this?
This was Rylan's first time being part of a play production, and she was one of the lead roles. She didn't want her first time to be a complete failure. It also didn't help that her younger brother Creflo was also nervous, since he too had an important role to play. How could she be strong for Creflo if she was just as nervous as he was? Thankfully, Annalisa had some more encouraging words for Rylan that she so desperately needed to hear.
Of course you can. And we will do everything we can to help you be prepared. You have nothing to worry about.
Before Rylan could respond, they heard the bathroom door swing open. It was Richard and Creflo, who appeared to have something urgent to tell them. Their entry was so abrupt, however, that it startled the girls, especially Annalisa, who impulsively threw a tube of toothpaste at the intruders.
Hey, what on earth?
You scared me to death, Richard. How had you not learned to knock yet?
Well, maybe if you would stop hitting me in the head all the time, my memory would be better. That's not the point. We came here to tell you...
To tell us what?
Do you really want to know?
Richard, if you don't spit it out, I'm going to deck your halls with toothpaste again.
Okay, I'll tell you. Calm down. Jeez. I came to tell me. Sorry, Creflo. We came to tell you that the treehouse is back. And you three need to hurry up and meet us outside before it disappears again.
Rylan, Annalisa, and Jasmine all gasped when they heard of the grand return of their beloved treehouse. They've all caught one another throwing longing glances out the window in hopes of their home away from home to appear again. And now, at long last, the moment had arrived. Well, either the moment had arrived, or Richard and Creflo wanted to be on the business end of the beatdown of the century. Either way, this would be a fun night for the girls, indeed. Talking amongst themselves, Rylan said,
Richard's right, you know. It would probably help if you stopped hitting him in the head so much. His memory is awful.
Well, he should learn to stop sneaking around so much. I guess we should go meet him in the treehouse. But let's go one at a time so Big Jim and Harry aren't as likely to notice. You know we aren't allowed outside after dark. What are they thinking? Oh my goodness. If this is another one of their pranks, I promise you it is not going to end well for them. This will not be a Merry Christmas for them at all.
The three girls looked outside the bathroom door and found the coast clear. They snuck their way outside and climbed the steps into the familiar treehouse, which had felt like a second home. As they entered the treehouse, they were surprised that neither Jesus nor the builder, Kamael, were there. Instead, it was just Richard and Creflo. And rather than being overwhelmed by the presence of the Lord, the girls were overwhelmed with something much less pleasant. Richard had broken wind, or so they suspected. Jasmine cried,
Ew! Gross! Richard! You're making my eyes water!
Actually, it wasn't Richard this time. It was me.
Once the kids settled down after airing out the fumes, Richard dove right into his elaborate idea to rewrite the birth of Jesus. He told them about making Joseph the main character who slays dragons like a war hero. After he finished telling them his story, the others stared at him in silence. Creflo seemed to enjoy Richard's little story, while the girls looked at him like Big Jim did the first time, as if he were a few gingerbread short of a gingerbread house. Speaking of gingerbread, you will never believe who showed up with it.